honestly say that Doug is the person that turned me on to Prosecco. So I'd like to welcome Doug in. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good, my friend.
Let me give you that.
That's so cool.
Look
at this.
I've got all the kit.
Look at this. He's always comes prepared. I'm telling
Always
you.
comes prepared, man.
I love this.
Always comes prepared with the whole kind of tasting, the whole tasting thing.
Back.
Whoa, yeah, Christine, let me see that one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a beauty, isn't it?
Look at that. It's my kind of
It's
bottle.
not for you.
Oh, come on.
No, it's for these hardworking people in the back.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Taylor.
there you go.
All right, so.
Thanks very much for the invite.
Oh, of course, are you kidding me? So I got to preface this little more segment was that Doug and I have known each other for a long. Oh my God, we got more
there's
bottles.
more.
Look at this.
More. There's always more bottles at Mionetto.
Christina.
Thank you very much, Christina.
You're welcome.
So Doug and I have known each other a long time, and he used to be representing Rhode Island, and I met him when I had restaurants on Federal Hill and in Newport.
Oh yeah.
And these glasses bring back.
Just one
Oh
last
my
trip.
gosh, look at this! I'm loving this. Oh, prosciutto, I'm in my heaven right now.
Daniele.
Look at that. So, God, this brings back a lot of memories.
Long time.
A lot of
Long
memories.
time. Long
So
time.
these glasses, I still remember featuring these glasses in Newport, and we used to have this tree that you gave us that they hung up upside down from the tree.
That's right.
And that's how we'd serve it to the guests. We had a prosecco bar. We actually had a prosecco bar. That's how well.
I think that's how you paid your rent.
It
You-
probably
because
was.
with the breakage, just weekly, monthly orders from new glassware. That's right.
But we used Doug is the person that turned me on to Prosecco, and Mionetto is a staple in my house. And honestly, I can tell you, my friends Jim Verity, Sherry Carrera, there's been so many people that I have done the same thing to and turned them on to it. So
Rick was right there at the very beginning, really turned Providence on to
Yeah.
to Prosecco, and then all the fun we had down at like Newport for all of the Marble House and for all of the
I really
food
feel
and
like
wine.
we were kind of like the trendsetter of that bit because it was really starting to become popular, and
Oh my gosh, yes.
so there was a lot with it. But I want to kind of, so you've been with Mionetto a long time now,
12 years.
and now you're representing Connecticut, New York, that area that you're out to.
That's right. That's
And
right.
part of my thing was to preface, and I talked about this beginning of the segment, is Sunfest. Sun Food and Wine Fest is coming up next weekend.
Oh my God, yes. I
Yeah.
mean, we have to really. I'm on a juice cleanse just to get ready for Sunfest, because it really is a bacchanalian kind of.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun.
So
Lot
I've
of fun.
talked to my friends over in Mohegan, and we have two guests. Like I said, Doug is one, and then my next guest that's coming in, Francis, is participating from the restaurant side. But it begins on Friday, ends on Sunday. They've got so many great events. They've got a grand tasting, which is Saturday,
So many.
a celebrity chef diner on that they've got.
Right.
Friday's a bourbon thing, I believe.
Bourbon thing,
And then,
and we're there on,
and then
and we're there on Saturday, the 27th, and literally, we have to, most vendors will kind of load in a case of wine, maybe 6 bottles. We have to load in literally like 3 cases back, because people will come up and they'll be like, and they'll say to me, and this is how I know to kind of cut them off. Because they'll say, "You're the best," and I love you, and and when they start, and I've got a ring on my finger, when they start throwing themselves at me, that's when I know that they're done. They're done.
And I've had the privilege of seeing Doug at many wine festivals over the years, but I've attended Mohegan's for the Sun Wine Fest for the last few years, and I am going again next weekend, so I'll be talking to Doug, some other great people that are there. They have me, we're going to be a lot of celebrity chefs that'll be there. On Sunday, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg are doing a brunch.
No way.
Yes, that's unbelievable.
Snoop Dogg loves Mionetto.
Oh my God! So he's gonna. So we'll have to make sure we get some stuff, but I'll be covering that next weekend live from there.
Well, we're going to be at the Slocum and Sons stand, so we'll have. This is like what we call this is most familiar to many people.
Yep.
I mean, just feel the label. I mean, it's
No,
got
it's
the,
awesome.
kind of these raised pleasure dots.
Yeah.
It's got these. It's very tactile, but distinguishes Mionetto from. I think every other Prosecco is that we bottle Mionetto about 8 times a year. So
that brings up the point in talking about the bottling of it. Can we talk a little? I'm not going to cut him off from describing this stuff because it's
No.
amazing. But talk to me a little bit about the history as we intertwine in between.
yeah,
tasting
chin
these.
chin. Yeah, good luck. And thanks very much again for the invite.
My
The history goes back to 1887, so we've just celebrated our 130th anniversary, if I'm doing the math correctly. In fact, one of the things that we're going to taste in just a minute is the 30th anniversary cuvee, which has zero dosage. So, Francesco Mionetto started the company back in 1887. Back in the day, up in the hills, just north of Venice,
Right.
in Val d'Obbiadene, there's Mionetto. And if anybody's coming to Italy, they should certainly try to take a day out of Venice and go to Val d'Obbiadene. And if you've ever wondered whether or not you've had too much Mionetto to drink, try to say Val d'Obbiadene 3 times fast. It's a great sobriety test. Prosecco is all about freshness, and America has fallen in love with Prosecco in general, but Mionetto specifically because Mionetto was one of the companies, the wineries to introduce Mionetto. So it's one of those things that it has to be fresh, has to have some heritage, which Mionetto has.
Right.
It has to be a high level of quality to begin with. And so this is a DOC from Treviso, and it's one of the, there's a larger area, a larger DOC, but the DOC Treviso is really, produces very fragrant
Okay.
floral fruit.
So now, in talking about this, how many different types are there out there? Because this has changed even since when I was carrying it. So
Well, there's really only, there's a frizzante and I can say this, a spumante, which means just fully fizzy. Frizzante is less so. But really, there's 2 different levels of quality. There's DOC and then DOCG. So
Okay.
Denominazione di Controllata Garantita is a guaranteed quality. And then DOC just means it's the denominazione. It means that it's from the area that it says it's in. So
Right.
this is from the little area of Treviso.
So these are the labels that the Italian government gives us, and it's
law.
Yeah, it's
It's
law
law.
out there,
It's
and it's
law.
out there for like Chianti's.
No,
it's-
you can't make Prosecco in like Argentina or
Right.
or well, you can, but you can't call it Prosecco.
You can't call it Prosecco, and that's an important thing to realize because without those special designations, you could be drinking something that is kind of.
Well, it's made from one grape, and it's made in Charmat method, so it's always going to be fragrant. Oh yeah, so I brought you
I gotta
some
have some of this
some
stuff.
Denali.
I'm telling you,
Denali. This has to be aged for at least 13 months. It's the highest quality, and I brought just a couple little things because really the lifestyle that
Love
we've
things.
we've really embraced in the U.S. is this Italian lifestyle, just kind of just easy elegance. So Denali cheese with the umami kind of saltiness. This is from the village in Friuli called Denali di Friuli.
That was absolutely delicious. It melted in my mouth.
I wouldn't bring anything less.
That's fantastic.
Coming from Federal Hill as you do.
Yeah.
So and then the Grana Padano cheese. It's a slow aged hard cheese. This is really the perfect pairing with Mionetto Prosecco. So it's you don't have to get kind of crazy and do elaborate dishes like the French do necessarily.
But in talking about pairings, though, and this is one of the things that you helped me educate people on early on, was that there is so much that you can enjoy with Prosecco.
Oh,
So
yeah.
many dishes, so many
Everything.
types of food.
Everything goes because Prosecco is one of the reasons why it's so so amazingly popular is because it's an affordable luxury. You can drink it any time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is like any time is Prosecco time. It's not expensive, so we can afford to be generous
Right.
with our friends, which we want to be. And it's the great aperitivo. It's what everybody drinks in Italy when they're not, drinking something else.
And it's light. It's not, I believe everybody knows that I'm a wine enthusiast and I enjoy wine, but this I can have and I can sit there and feel, okay, I'm good and I can still do other things right afterwards. It's very relaxing.
Coming from the restaurant business as you have done, and
Yeah.
it's you're working 70, 80 hours a week. You're always on call. You need to be fresh. And one of the things that I talk to lots of people, particularly at the Food and Wine Fest. Funny enough, teachers love Prosecco because they're grading papers at 9 o'clock at night. They want to have a little glass of something, which
That's
is
a relaxing
nice.
thing to have.
And then they have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go back to battle. So this is the organic Prosecco. So we can use the same glasses
Right.
because it's just Prosecco. But the cool thing about the organic is that the Mionetto Organic Prosecco, another DOC, it's our prestige range. This tastes a little bit more appley. It's a little bit more reductive. It smells like Macintosh apples.
It does. I was just going to say Macintosh. I was literally just going to say that.
The power of
And I
auto-suggestion.
love Macintosh.
Macintosh apple. So it's this is very autumnal. This is like the perfect kind of winter Prosecco, if you will. And the cool thing is that the bottle is
Wow.
the bottle is 100% post-consumer material. So it's all recycled glass, recycled foil, recycled recycled paper. So if you want to dial down your carbon footprint and enjoy a glass of Prosecco, then this is something that's really cool. Look at the bubbles. The bubbles are so beautiful.
It's awesome. So now, Mionetto, you're talking about the carbon footprint in the bottle there, but Mionetto's kind of been, to me, at the cutting edge of a lot of this. Not just in the introduction into the States,
Sure.
and what they've done here, but the style. So, I mean, you talk about what you're doing there from a carbon footprint. You talk about you've come up with the little bottles that you've had
Yes,
that were incredibly popular.
In fact, it just goes from strength to strength. The little bottles, let's get kind of wonky. They're 1 they're 0.187 milliliters. So they're like a glass and a half, if you will. So they're really great for having at home because you can just crack one and have a glass. You don't have to open up a whole bottle, but restaurateurs like it because they won't don't want to open up a whole bottle.
Right.
On a Monday night. For me,
I've seen people on the beach in the summer having these things.
well, you have to have a cooler full of them because you can't just have one. Because innovation is kind of in the DNA of Mionetto. We've been innovating for 130 years now. So freshness. It's all about freshness. We're the only Prosecco company, I think, that will bottle to order. So here in Rhode Island, our distributor MS Walker will give us an order, we'll bottle it, and we'll ship it. So it's as fresh as it would be in Venice.
Right.
It's only about like 6 weeks.
And and I have to give MS Walker a big shout out because that's how I got connected to Doug, and they were a big part of my wine list, and they're great at helping me bring guests onto the show as well to talk about wine and wine knowledge.
And they're good people.
And they're great people. And this education that we're providing today with Doug is something where if you attend Sun Wine Fest or some of these other wine festivals where he's at, you receive this kind of more on that one-on-one approach, and you're pouring most of these right at the event, or?
Yeah, they're going to be all at the event.
Okay.
So we'll take you right through it. But one of the cool things I just want, everybody wants to know like where to go. Like, everybody's drinking Prosecco kind of all the time now.
Yeah.
They're looking for the next level. A lot of people will come up to me like in Saratoga and say, oh, this is my Prosecco. I've got that in the fridge. I love it.
Right.
It's their go-to Prosecco. So what do they bring to a party? What's the next step up? And that would be the luxury level, which we call it the luxury, but it's the Valdobbiadene Prosecco Superiore. So just think Superiore. And the cool thing is that this bottle is not something that you can buy off the shelf. This cost us about $45,000 to produce the mold for this bottle. So if you're going to go to a party, you want to bring something that pops. I mean, pardon the pun. This is a bottle that really kind of announces its arrival. It's got a little bit of.
You got these olives. Oh my God.
Well, I got the cheese. Christine at Fromage in Old Saybrook gave me the cheese because you can't find Danelli just everywhere.
You know your stuff. Oh my God. That was
so the Superiore.
The nice thing about that olive, it just made me more thirsty.
Well, that's why God invented olives. So the Superiore, again, when you're going to step up to this, you're going to step up to a little bit more complexity.
Okay.
You're going to step up to maybe a little bit finer, bubble. It's going to be a little bit creamier. This is
so creamier.
Creamier.
It's interesting. I wouldn't have thought about that description for a second.
Well, still crisp, still light, but again, the grapes in Valdobbiadene hang about maybe a week or so longer than in Treviso, and so a little bit more hang time.
Okay.
Surfers will know how pleasant that is. It's you just get a little bit more complexity, a little more fun, a little more joy.
Oh, that is delicious.
So good, so good.
Absolutely delicious.
Under $20 a bottle, so
Under $20 a bottle?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So what can you buy anybody for like $20 a bottle? I mean, you can't buy a bouquet of flowers. So this is really stylish. Again, it's the DOCG. It's the Valdobbiadene Prosecco Superiore. Really, really great stuff. I mean, you can drink it. Some people can drink it every day, but it's not that expensive.
And I have to go back to just a second talking about the ease of this. Is that everyone that I've turned on to it, this is so easy drinking, and it goes with so many things. I mean, this is just the style to relax and everything. But
in fact, I'll tell you why. It's only the Prosecco Brut and the organic. It's only 11% alcohol, 11.5% alcohol.
I have people sending me messages about my birthday's coming up. Give me a bottle.
That's right.
This is always in my house, Sherry. Anybody comes over,
that's
my
right.
house.
Exactly. But 11% alcohol is a very moderate level of alcohol. People don't think. A glass of Chardonnay in a restaurant could be 14, pushing 15% alcohol. which gets you wasted. So, Prosecco, at 11.5%, you can have a third glass
Right.
very responsibly.
And these glasses I always loved because there was this little measuring thing on the back here.
Yes.
That told you right where to fill it, so you knew how you were doing it.
Well,
appropriately.
these are actually 12 years old. I got these, when I
Wow.
first met you, and I've cherished them because.
I still have some at home.
That's good. That's good.
I love them. This is fantastic.
So I just want to this is really the anniversary cuvee. Same prestige bottle, 1887 to 2017. It's not widely available, so you probably have to ask your wine merchant for this. But this would be about $25 a bottle.
That's it.
We only made 10,000 bottles of the anniversary cuvee, and it came out in around October. And one thing I want to say about this is that when you're opening up a bottle of Prosecco Mionetto, you don't want to just pop the bottle because we put the bubbles in the bottle for a purpose. They're supposed to be effervescent. So you just want to turn it, let the bottle and the pressure push the cork out like
Just
that.
like that.
Little
Yeah.
sigh, and then you know that it's going to be fully effervescent.
So talking about another great invention that I love that Mionetto came out with, and I use the word invention because it was awesome when I got them, is he had these stoppers. So when we were in the restaurant business, if you didn't pour through the bottle, he had this stopper that went into the top and clicked onto the side.
Yes.
Now I never have this problem in my house because the bottle always goes away, so I don't have this problem with needing the stopper, but they were the best thing in the world for people that didn't finish the bottle.
In fact, I've got some stoppers for you to take home
Awesome.
because
So I love
I don't know
love
if
them.
if everybody in the office is going to be wanting to drink this afterwards, but.
I love it.
So this is very special in that it has zero, what we call zero dosage. It's kind of a term, French term, but it means has no sugar added to it. So it's bone dry, like featherlight. It's just really, really beautiful.
It's amazing to me, and I've had these before, but it still amazes me to go through the lineup and have the difference. Like I can tell the difference in each one
Right.
that you're
right,
telling me.
Right. Well, I mean, there should be a difference because you're paying a little bit more, for the luxury. You're paying a little bit more for the Prosecco Superiore 130 anniversary bottle.
really
So you want to. So often, I suspect that maybe marketing companies will just create the same wine and just stick different prices on it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste different from.
No, and you're not going around with this.
No, this is really special.
So now the last one before I let Doug go, and again, Sunfest on Saturday. There's a lot. You're going to be able to sample all this if you're out at Sunfest. So I highly encourage you to go. But this is the rosé. Now I'm going to finish this while I pour in the rosé.
Well,
and talk about it.
the rosé is beautiful because every day is rosé now. People are drinking rosé, 360 5 days of the year.
And I want to bring that up because there's always been this faux pas that's out there that rosé is summer thing. It's
Well,
not.
Well, that may be true for say still wines, but for sparkling wines, rosé is something that people drink all the time. And in fact, men, kind of like manly men even are drinking Mionetto, Prosecco, and as well as rosé. I've had a guy at last year's Sun Wine Fest who said, "Yeah, man, this is great. This is like a brosé," and I was just like, "That's the first time I had ever heard brosé." And he got all of his friends around to come, hey, gotta try this. This is great because it's dry.
So I can tell you this will make a good Valentine's Day gift
Oh,
because I've already had the request for it.
This is it for Valentine's Day. It's in a beautiful clear glass package. Again, about $14 a bottle. Yeah.
So now this is light again, but the flavor is going to be a lot different.
Well, it's because it's not prosecco. So this is made. Prosecco is made from the grape called Glera. This is made from two grapes. One's called Rebozo. One's called Legrine from Trentino. So this is just light, dry, refreshing, beautiful, pale pink color. They nailed it with
They really
this.
did.
So anyway, thanks again.
No, and thank you for coming in and making the trip to come in here from Connecticut.
It's great.
You can look for them next Saturday for sure. Mionetto, is
Yes.
everywhere. You can find it anywhere. I can get it anywhere in the
Yes.
state. But next Saturday, Connecticut, make sure you go to Sun Wine Fest because Doug is there. And
Yeah, come
this
say hi.
explanation, he'll take care of you. And you'll see me. We're going to do some Facebook Live, him and I will.
Hey.
After, so thank you, my friend.
It's
I
good
really
to see
appreciate
you.
making
Thank you, looking so
You
well.
can stick around and then we're going to do a picture after.
Okay, great. And
All
I
right.
got a little bottle for you as well to give
Oh,
back to the
I love
family.
it.
That's right. That's good. So,
All right, Christina's going to want to try this.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Christina.
I'm going to let, and I think Molly and Kate.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
okay, let's listen to the cheers out there. The cheers of everyone wanting to try.
Okay.
We saved you plenty
Thank
of
you.
glasses.
Bye.
All right. I'll let you slide those guys out there. This one I'll put down here for now. Be helpful. All right. So, my last but not least guest, someone I'm excited to have bringing in, is I want to bring in Francis Ken from Ken's Rain.